Welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be doing part 3 of the Wolf mower rebuild. So putting all the bits back together and getting it ready really for the spring, which unfortunately we're now nearly into December, so I'm not going to be able to use the mower. So we're going to get it back together, all the bits and pieces on it, and see if we can put it away for the winter basically. Right, before we get into it, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me, really helps this channel, and allows me to do a few more as and when I can. So anyway, let's get straight on now, straight to the video. Right, so here's an update. We've put the axles back on, all the clips back up, and the drive axle, put it all back together. Found in the transfer box there, it was full of hard grease and stopping the wheels from turning nicely, so I've taken all the hard grease out and repacked that. But yeah, we're ready to turn it back up the other way and start fitting the engine on. So I'm all ready to fit the engine. Paintwork's nice and hard, gone really crusty now, so I've got the engine ready. It's sitting down here, giving it a bit of a wipe round and a clean up already. It's more noticeable on the sides, not that you can see it very well there, but anyway, next job, engine onto the base. I think there's 3 bolts. I've got the chassis up on a block of wood so that I can get my hand underneath and screw the bolt, hand underneath there and screw the bolts through the mounting holes. That's it. Engine's back on. The 3 bolts are in position. That one and one at the front. So next task is to tip it on its side and put the blade and the pulley on underneath. So the belt pulley, I've checked back on my photos, and it goes this way round with the collar on the bottom. As you can see, the mower is on its side now, so we have to locate that guide into the groove on there, and at the same time putting the belt on it. I can't do that holding the camera, so I'll get back to you in a minute. And as if by magic, it's done. So belt on the pulley located, and all seems to be fine. And then we have another key to go in there. Where's that key? There it is. Another key to go into there. And once again, can't do everything one-handed. This goes into there. That goes on there. Blade on that part. Retaining bolt on there, and then that's all done under here. apart from fitting the cables, the drive cable up in there. So next bit to go on is the belt guard, which goes, we've got 3 rotating holes there which go there, there and there. So we'll fit this on. So all back on underneath. I had to do a little bit of a modification up in the top there because it wouldn't go back into its rightful place, so I've had to remove a little bit of the plastic, and it was pretty chewed up anyway, so it didn't look as though it was sitting properly in the first place. So we've trimmed that up, screwed it on, blade back on. The spring is clipped on, and the cable is just about to come through. I don't know if you can see my finger down there. You poke the cable and lock it in place, and that's the drive cable. So that pushes the gearbox up and engages the belt, and that means that the engine not only turns the blade, but it also drives the wheels, and then goes along on its own steam. So back upright, cable coming through, and we're just about to fit handles, or refit handles. Got this that's working nicely, adjuster. Yeah, let's get the handle on. So yeah, got the handle on. Temporary bolt through there as before, but the originals are there, there and down there. So it's on nice and securely. The drive cable's attached to the lever, so you push the lever up to drive forwards, and that comes down and is connected into the gearbox, which I've already shown. So from the throttle cable, or throttle lever, out there we need to connect the throttle cable into the carburetor. So that's the next job. Connect the start cable, which is this one, which goes down that side of the engine, and then fuel tank, air intake. We need to connect the fuel lines up, and I've got a fuel tap as well to go underneath here, so that's going to be put in place so as I can turn the fuel off to mess around and play around with the carburetor to get that running right. So all going well. So we've got this cable that links up the carburetor to the throttle lever. That's connected. You've already seen that one is connected. The only other one is this one here, which is the flywheel brake, and that comes down onto there, pulls this lever, and that's the brake. There, stops the blade going around. So you wouldn't be able to start it. It's a safety device. You won't be able to start it unless you're holding that up, and releasing that shuts the engine off. So next it's the fuel tank. So we've got cables connected as before, the fuel tank on now, and we have back flap in position, connected up. Now initially I bought this fuel tap to go here, but I can see I'm going to be creating more problems fitting that in. don't want this pipe rubbing on the governor, or this governing arm. I'm going to have to fix the pipe over somehow, but I think, I fear, fitting that in at the moment is going to create more problems for me, because this is not going to be running until the spring. We are in November now, so I can't actually try it out on any lawn. We've had a lot of rain in the past few weeks, so mowing is out of the question. So for today we're just assembling the bits, and I will put that on in the spring once I get round to running it. So we're going to leave that off for now. So the air intake, or the air box, which is this part, fits on there. That screw bolt goes through there, and those two bolts go onto the carburetor. So we'll fit that on next. So the air box is on, and we've got a bit of foam gauze which goes in there. The old air filter is completely past its sell by date, so we're fitting a new air filter. It goes in there, and then a whole lot clips in there, clamps up. I'll show you it fitted in a minute when I get two hands back. Okay, airbox and filter all assembled. So just now just remains to fit the safety cover. Those three holes need to line up with that bolt and that bolt, so I need to take the pulley off and remove my spacers which I put underneath so that I could work on it without the cover on. If you didn't see me getting this mower going, then go back to one of my previous videos where we started up and get it running. So this was just a temporary setup so that I could turn the engine over and get it firing up. But now we need to put the cover on. So there we have it then. All the plastic top safety features are back in place, and it's all back as it needs to be. So, and that's going to be it for this mower. I think I explained earlier, I'm not going to start it, put fuel in it and that, not until the spring when I want to use it, and then we'll probably fine tune it. So I might do a little short video on it when I'm getting it out to give it its first try out on the lawn. But it's clean, tidy, we know it runs. Job's a good one. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did. Bit of a challenge and something a little bit different, but I can't go much further with it at the moment because, like I said earlier, it's now nearly December and I'm not going to be able to use it. I can't even get it on the grass because the ground is so wet. So for now it's just been mothballed, it's all assembled, it's all ready to go in the spring, and we'll get it out in the spring, and I'll probably do another little video just to show that it runs and what tweaks I do just to keep it running nicely. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, like, share. There is somewhere, it's either there or it's there, a subscribe button. I'm not sure which side it is. And there's also a link to another one of my videos. So please do feel free to go and see some more that I've already done. I hope you enjoy what I do, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.